Hi guys, and welcome back to Spirit Light Studios. Today I'm going to be making something out of some recycled bottles I found in the bathroom. A bottle, an old tub, and this cute little top from refillable soap, which is what gave me the idea of making a lighthouse today. There we go, that's roughly what I'm seeing, so let's get started. I'm going to start with the base, so let's move that out the way, and a bit of cardboard, and I'm just going to cut it so that I've got a bit out the front to build up on for the rock. So I've stuck that part on and masked all around the base, and I'm going to cut bits of this sponge up to build some rocks up in front of the lighthouse. And there we go, there are the rocks. And now we need to make some holes so we can put our lights in. So I've made a hole in the lid there, and another hole in the bottom of our bottle that's going to be the lighthouse standing on the rocks. Here are my lights, just copper wire lights, which I'm going to string through all the way through the base. And they're going to then go up and through the bottle, so that the lighthouse lights up. Having a little fight with the lights, if they like to get twisted, so just work those through slowly and make sure you don't break the wire in the process. There they are, through there, and now I'm going to get them through the bottom of the bottle and up to the top. Once the lights are pulled all the way through, slowly, oh no they're not, there we go, slowly all the way through, I'm going to then attach my base to the bottom of the bottle with some hot glue and pop all the lights down inside of the bottle. And there they are, all inside, and I took the last three and twisted them together at the top and hot glue gunned the switch to the bottom of the inside of the base. And once the top's on, there we go, it's starting to take shape. So the next things we need are tissue paper and PVA glue, and here you can see once we've covered the base in those. And once that's dry, we can go ahead and paint it. So here we go, I've painted it with acrylic paint pens, and I've also used some hot glue on the sea to make some shapes and some waves and some foam splashing up there. On the top of this, we're going to add some grass, and I've taken a scouring sponge and chopped it up and pulled it apart and stuck it on the top for our grassy cliffs. Next, I'm going to make some waves, and I followed a tutorial on Liana DIY on YouTube, which I've put a link to, so check that out. And here's our crashing waves around our cliff. I was so happy how these turned out. It was the first time I've done this, and the tutorial was great, so thank you for that. Crashing waves around the back, and look at that. Now back to the top that's been covered in paper and paper mache paste, and then I covered it in a layer of polyfiller, just normal wool polyfiller, and I used some wire to make a railing and the roof at the top of our lighthouse. Just leaves adding color. I think I'm gonna go for traditional red and white, traditional lighthouse colors. Well, what I think of when I think of a lighthouse, and here it is, a bit bashed up and worse for wear from sitting on the rocks for so long, but look at it lit up and the gorgeous light at the top shining through. I'm really happy with it. the whole thing is glowing, but you can see the windows and the doorway and the lantern on top. And here's the base. So I'll see what it looks like all together. There we go. Look at that. Crashing waves on the rocks going up to our gorgeous lighthouse. All lit up. Beautiful light. And a little hidey hole pot on the inside as well for you to keep any trinkets, spare change, keys, things like that. So there it is. Thank you for watching, and the lighthouse will be up on my Etsy page for sale, so do check the link out below, and hope to see you all soon. Bye.